everybody, Dr. Brian Prax coming to you here, Chronic Care Charlottesville. We're going to cover some exercises, specific exercises and stretches that I find to be super helpful for chronic conditions, especially knees and backs. This is a great set of exercises that you can do to help yourself on a regular basis. If you'd like more information, we've got a pamphlet here. I'd be happy to send that out to you. Give us a call at the office or shoot us an email. If you like the video, hit like. I'd appreciate that. So home exercises, things that you can do on a regular basis. Hey, before I even go any further, I say this all the time to my existing patients. I really got all of these from yoga. So the one thing I love about yoga is that, first of all, it's free. If you want to check this out, go on to YouTube or even Google and just key in. For most of my pages, I recommend key in yoga beginner knee pain, or beginner yoga lower back pain, beginner yoga sciatica, or there's a gazillion emails or hits that you'll get for yoga, and you can look anywhere from like an hour and a half yoga session to all the way down to 10 minutes, whatever you really want. But just wanted to state right off the bat, get into yoga, check it out, get into stretching. It's an awesome meditative way of stretching. It's really good. Just about all these exercises that we're going to go over here was from yoga, so check it out. When you wake up early in the morning, you want to start getting things flowing, getting things moving. First thing that I recommend is you might want to kick the covers off. You're going to lay down here in bed. You can even do it on a floor. Get a little mat, like a yoga mat. Totally worth it to do that. You simply lay down here. You're going to let the legs go. We call them windshield wipers here. You let them windshield wiper one way as you're stretching out your back one way. And you bring it on over the other way. Nice and slow, nice and easy. If anything hurts, stop. Or if you can't go as far as I'm going, that's okay. Go to here. If you're feeling it stretching, you're doing a good thing. Now I'm going way too fast. I recommend getting it over here, letting it rest. You can put a pillow under your knees if it's uncomfortable going that far, but you get the idea. Going from here and all the way to there. Great stretch for the lower back. The other thing that we got from yoga also, they call it the cat and the cow. Now if you watch your cat in the morning time, when they stretch, they do this. And this is what we do in yoga. This is called cat. Big stretch here. I actually felt a little bit of movement in my neck there. Very safe to do. Put something under your knees as well. Yes, you could do this on a bed. On a yoga mat is a little bit better, but you can do this in bed. You're just flexing your spine, neck and back, bringing it up like a cat, and then bringing it down like a cow, apparently. Apparently this is like a cow, but it's here and it's there. Okay? Nice and slow, nice and easy. Take your time. You can spend a whole minute, two. Sometimes in yoga class we'll spend like 3 to 5 minutes doing cat and cow. If you're feeling it, you want to even turn it sideways. All good. Just feel your body and allow it to tell you how far you can go and how much you can do. Now for both knees, back, sciatica, this is another great one. Remember the back. It has all these muscles of the hamstring that's coming to the back, connects to the pelvis. Of course we got the back we got to work on, and we're going to do that in this exercise here. One leg goes out. If you can cross a leg like this, that's great. Then what you do is with the opposite hand, you're pulling this way. So by doing this, I'm stretching out my iliotibial band, my piriformis, my hip muscles, and then even the back. So it's here. This hand goes behind as far back as you can. It's here. If you're not that flexible, you're down here. Whatever, it's just like this. Notice the head is turned as well. You're pulling it to where you're feeling the strain of the muscles, and then you're getting the whole back. If you can wrap around your knee like this, that'll take you a little deeper. If you're super flexible, I'm super flexible, you may even be able, and some of us do this in yoga class, you may even be able to get your elbow here, and this is the way it looks here. When I turn my head and I'm here, I feel my whole back like wringing out a dish rag or even a towel, like wringing that out. It feels so good. I'm in the back, my hip, my leg, my lower, middle, and all the way up into my neck. You can move your head around. I like to say start out maybe 10 seconds, work up to 20. You can work up to 60 seconds. You'll notice if you breathe and relax, you can actually get even further in the stretch. You slowly unwind. Obviously, you then go to the other side, and this is what it looks like from the other side, either here, or even here. I've been told I'm like Gumby, so do what you can do, even if it's just here. You're pulling this way, so I'm pulling this here, and I'm stretching my back. It's an awesome stretch for the back, for the neck, and just warming you up for the day. The next thing that I really like is while we're here, we've got our leg out here. I hope you can see this. Got a leg out here. Put the other leg like this. So if it's here, wherever it is, get it so your knee is comfortable. Put a pillow under here if you need to. This goes here. It's not as much about this leg, it's this one. So now we're going to the hamstrings. This is going to be a stretch forward until you feel your hamstrings under here stretching. For some of you, it may be, I can only get to my knee, but I'm feeling a stretch there. As long as you're feeling a stretch, you're doing good for the hamstrings, the sciatic nerve, your butt muscles, and then your back. So you go here, right, straight back, and then when you get it tight enough to where the hamstrings are tight, then you can start curling your back. Woo! Now I'm getting my sciatica, or my sciatic nerve, I'm getting the hamstring, and I'm getting my back into it. And again, you just hold it. You just hold it. How long can you hold it? 10, 15, 30, a minute? It's all good. Nice and slow as it goes. Maybe back in high school you saw this kind of ballistic stretching. We're not going to do that anymore. You can hurt yourself, especially on cold, unwarmed up muscles. Obviously, you would switch and go to the other side. Now, a couple things. Now we want to get the tops of the legs, the quadriceps. Lots of different ways we can do that. I know that I'm going to stand up and my head will be cut off here, but I think you'll get the picture. We're standing, holding on to something, strong leg here, reach up and grab either the pant leg, you're going to pull here, stretching this out, patella tendon, quadriceps, all of this is great for the knee, the hip, and the back. So it's just here and pulling up if you can. If you can't reach that, you might get a strap, a belt or something. Put that belt around here, grab it here, and then if you can imagine, you're pulling up this way. That's an excellent way of doing that. The other way you might do it is you might find a bed or a chair or something like that. You put your foot up onto that bed or chair like this, it resting here, and you're kind of going back into that way. Another stretch for this one. Furthermore, another thing, you don't have to do all of these, but if you lay face down, same thing, you might get a belt or grab. You might be able to get it this way. That's another great stretch for the quadricep, okay? While I'm here, as you start to get into your seated position, however that might look for you, even just sitting down in a regular chair, maybe not like this. And another great one is neck. So for neck, what you want to do is just allow it to come down. How many times do you stretch these out? Most of us nowadays, especially the kids in the younger generation, are doing this all the time, right? What's this called? Text neck. So everybody's getting flexion because they're down here texting and Facebooking and all that. So we want to do that. But also we can roll this thing side. Make a big oval here. So here I'm feeling it here. We're going down. We're feeling it there. This is awesome. In yoga, our instructor will have us go 4 times to one way. So nice and slow. Right there. Maybe about that speed. Let this come down instead of hiking it up. Let it come down. We're trying to stretch the muscles. If yours isn't as flexible as that, it's okay. Don't worry about it. Just do what you can do. And by the way, if you hear gravel or Rice Krispies in there, that's okay too. As long as it's not really hurting, you're going to be fine. Don't be afraid. It's going to be okay. Same exact thing for the hips and the lower back. This is for hip rotation. Let's pretend I'm standing. If I'm standing, I just want you to be able to see my face here. And it's the same thing. We're going to go side to side, round and round. Remember the hula hoop? When we did the hula hoop, I call this a hula hoop, but it's hip rotation. I'm feeling it over here in my hips. I'm feeling it in my lower back. I'm getting my lower back. My psoas muscles, the hip flexors over here are getting involved. All of this. Oh, that just feels so good. Yes, you could do it on your knees. I usually do it standing, so I would recommend that for standing. All right, a couple other things. The next thing that you want to look into in terms of exercises, there's a ton of things that we could do. I'm a big fan as a triathlete. I'm a big fan of running, but for you it might be better to do walking. Huge fan of walking. Swimming, almost anything in the water. If you've got joints that are aching, arthritis, things like that, anything in the water. You could walk in the shallow end. You could get one of those buoy things. It's a belt that you can get that's buoyant that lifts you up, and you can walk in the deep end. Your legs are just kind of going like this. You can run in the deep end. Imagine running again. It's an awesome thing. No tension on your joints whatsoever. You can run in the deep end. Of course, you can take aerobic classes that are in the water, what they call aqua aerobics. Those are great classes. You can actually get sweating, get some cardiovascular going with that. So swimming or anything in the water is excellent. Walking. You want to do this often. We cover this in the in other videos, but the goal is to get at least 30 minutes a day. 30 minutes a day, 6 to 7 days a week is the minimum goal I would recommend. You want to take a day off, that's totally fine. 200 minutes a week is what the CDC recommends, and I'd say that's a pretty good start. The last thing that we did, and most of us had to do this in high school, and that's our abdominal work. What we did in high school is we had our buddies sit on our legs or in the military, and then we went ahead and sat all the way up and all the way back. We're not going to recommend that at all. It's real easy. It's called the crunch. You go here, legs like this, anybody can do it. You're here, you go to here. And look, if you can't even move at all, you're laying in bed and this is all you got, you can barely lift up like that, but you're feeling your abdominals tighten, you are doing good. Don't even worry about being able to go all the way up. This would be a full crunch. This is all you need to do. But again, if this is all you got, it's this much right here, and you got 5 of them in you, and you feel fatigued and tired, and like, that's where you start. So walking, yoga, swimming, cycling, the new step. There's so many things you can do. The thing is, just get moving. Find something that you like to do. If it's dancing, if that floats your boat, that's great. It doesn't do that for me. Any type of exercise that you enjoy doing. Golfing, if you're going to golf, try to take a hand cart instead of riding in the cart. We work into this. I had a gentleman that started out, he couldn't even walk 2 holes. Now he's able to walk all 9. So that's a great place to start. Got it all in the pamphlet right here. If you're interested, you know what? You can just hit pause. You can have this pamphlet. Here it is. Just hit pause. You can read that. You can look at that. Snap it. Take a picture of it. Print screen. There you go. If you want to see the back side, there you go right there. I'm Dr. Brian Prax. I hope that helps, and we'll talk to you soon.